we'd already had that glimpse of, you know what, life can change on a dime. The future is not guaranteed to anybody. Um,
If you get value out of this video, please like, subscribe, and hit that bell. Let's get on to the video.
they finished all the treatments. They did some of the blood tests, and they basically said, you're good to go. We got that good news and we thought, you know what? Hey, we did just like everybody else. We've gone through the surgeries, we've gone through the treatments. Um, we're on the other side of it. Now comes the recovery. She was home for about a year. It takes a long time. Uh, for those who haven't been, it takes a long time to build up that strength after the chemo and radiation have really destroyed the body. She eventually even started going back to work on a part-time basis. We tried to really live that year. We did a family trip to Myrtle Beach in the summer. And I remember her saying, she's like, oh, we can't afford it. I've been off work all this time. I was like, listen, we've just been through hell and made it through. We can't afford not to. Like we need to celebrate that, that you're alive and that you're healthy and that everything has turned out okay.
So
Uh,
let me ask you this.
yeah.
You just went through a roller coaster. I
Mhm.
mean, you went through, you go from living the typical, normal, everyday life of doing homework and having dinner and going to work. You get steamrolled with this news of the breast cancer. You go through, let's call it just shy of a year of treatments, struggle, physically, mentally. I mean, your life is basically flipped on its head. Everything is done. You should be on a high right now. When you guys finished your treatments, that finished the radiation, was there anything that went through your head or Maggie's head that you guys perhaps conversed about that you can share with me right now that changed your perspective on life?
Definitely, an appreciation for how quickly life can turn on a dime, right? Like I said, that one instance of saying, I think I feel a lump. Life is just, it's normal and everything and every day, common one day, and then it just flipping. And definitely we were aware of that. We knew, like, yeah, life can be so fleeting. Life can change on a dime, and you appreciate everything a lot more.
Yeah, it's the
You
little things,
appreciate your
right?
health. Absolutely. Appreciate the health. You appreciate the time together. You appreciate time with your family.
So the normal things that we would have probably just dismissed or taken for granted, they become right in your face now.
Oh, absolutely. Exactly. It's like, yeah, you know what? Maybe we don't both need to go to the soccer game today. It's like, no, you know what? We're both going to go to the soccer game. We're both going to watch the kid play a game.
Yeah. So would you say that you valued time
Absolutely.
a lot more than before, let's say?
Time together, became so much more important. We said, again, the normal course that, much of the world goes through, is, marry, have children, save up for retirement, work throughout your entire life. We'll rest when we're retired. We'll travel when we're retired.
Right.
But we had at that point, we'd already had that glimpse of, you know what, life can change on a dime. The future is not guaranteed to anybody. Um, we've been putting off a family trip to a nice beach location for years. We had never gone to the Caribbean as a family. Uh, Maggie's Maggie's only time on a plane, her last time on a plane had been our honeymoon because we kept putting everything off. And once we got that news that, you know what, you've done the surgery, you've done your radiation, you've done your chemo, and now it's regular checkups to ensure that things aren't, things haven't returned. You're good to go. You're normal. And we said, okay, let's do it. You know what? We may not have the money now, but we got to do it anyway. We've been handed, some good news. Let's spend that time with the kids. Let's
Right.
make those memories of, building sandcastles on the beach. Whereas without all of that, we probably would have kept putting it off.
Right. So your perspective on life changes. You realize the importance of every day that that sun comes up. You're going to appreciate it. You're going to do things together. Um, you're not going to put off until tomorrow what you can do today, as that saying goes.
Absolutely.
And you get back to, I'm going to call it a normal life.
Mostly normal. Yes. We were still dealing with her hair started to grow back in. She used to laugh, said it's like baby hair. It's so soft and thin. It wasn't her thick, luxurious curls anymore. It was we figured her hair was changed forever now. It was a different texture. The color was even a little bit different. Um, at one point, we even started to do a couple of appointments with plastic surgeons to look at doing a breast implant. Again, once the body had finished healing sufficiently that she would go through with that. We didn't get very far all the way with that, but yeah, but life was mostly normal. Until the hair grew back enough, she was wearing a wig, and even we tried to have that good attitude. It's like, well, listen, if you're going to wear a wig, let's look at some funky wigs. We went to the hairstylist, like, you know what? I've always wanted to know what it'd be like to be married to a blonde. Let's try on a blonde wig. you know, and we tried to find some of that silver lining in some of those darker moments. But she had a bit of fun with it. She started wearing scarves on her head, and she wasn't just going to wear plain old black scarves or single colors. She looked for the brightest colors and boldest patterns. If I've got to do this, I'm gonna do it and try and make it look good.
Right. Let's have fun. If that video touched your heart and you got value out of it and you want to hear another piece, click here. If you want to watch the full episode and hear the whole story, click here.